Alrighty, howdy neighbors, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Last time we kind of struck out with Mr. Gant, so now we're interrogating Lana, and this is garbage. There's so many things that are wrong, but we can't just be like, all of this is bullshit. You have to have proof of the bullshit, so it's taken a while. But I think we're almost at the end. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Witness testimony. Jar and message in blood. I immediately noticed the blood trace on the jar. It was dark in the room. I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Patterns were large, so I made sure I got them all. Lies! No, that's a lie! All I could think was to wipe them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. So she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I already see the lie. I don't need anything else. It's this. God, there's so much stuff. Take that. Fuck off. This guy, I believe this jar conceals the truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. The chief's safe, but how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified. She gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, this leaves us with only one explanation. On the knife, Prosecutor Marshall was murdered. You were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant was there before you. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Everybody has their mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe that? I've forgotten, Your Honor. When the witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There was no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. But the person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Oh. His bestie! Wait. I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar. And purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question. Was this... Oh, what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterward, isn't it clear? What happened afterward? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence to incriminate Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet. Ah! No, I did on my own. Well, you just made yourself bleed a little, so let's go ahead and try to chill. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer any more for myself. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. I don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. It's attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from your own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Wait a minute. What if? Still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap. There's something wrong, Mr. Wright. Lana? Maybe right after all. What do you mean, right? So do you tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? This guy. Please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. This guy, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is the possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright. The witness may testify once more for the final time. Witness testimony. Actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor sword. Emma and Doug were laying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all evidence that linked her to the murder. My Chief Gant helped me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it really was all fabricated, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword. You were the only one who saw that. If only I had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. To me. It's a picture I took at the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember seeing a picture like that. One must have known. See, Mr. Wright, surely does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Unless I should give it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check the evidence again. Check it. Alright, let's do a little shoo-ba-da-ba. Okay, it's a little cute. Hey, this picture here. Oh my. Is this the actual crime scene? No other detective saw the crime scene like this. It's like contacted criminal affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Lana's picture. Crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago taken. That's a weird phrasing. That's fine. On the picture, inserted into court record. Mr. Wright. That piece cut out of his vest. Could that be what we found inside Chief Gant's safe? What's this? Oh, because she pushed him? Oh no. It's a handprint, isn't it? That cloth had fingerprints on it. Whose ever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What with those fingerprints? They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. As long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flesh out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Cross-examination. Actual crime scene. This is awful. Found Mr. Marshall's body impaled with an arm so... I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of you. I'm now edgy. This is the poorest excuse for trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant. What? Now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be the wrist they were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. So what? You think I'm worried? So I disappoint you. But I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. If that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? Nope, I don't. But someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Is that right, Mr. Wright? So I show the piece of evidence now. And we should be made as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. Try to conceal anything. You'll be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What should I do now? Better think through carefully. I can't afford to make a wrong decision. Represent the piece of evidence. One that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall. No. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I could present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gant. Go open my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. Oh no, what are you talking about? Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? Put it together. Oh, I see, it's because you know the truth, don't you? No, his fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Did you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. Look at the victim's vest. There's something odd about the chest area. It's more like stomach, but yeah. Looks like part of it has been cut out for some reason. You had this in your safe. What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. You mean, you admit to it? I am so tired of this man. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. I'm so tired of this man! It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. They really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. Made it look like the blame lay on her sister. That when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Guy. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dog convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. That was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. Pieces of evidence. Using those items in your safe. Why? For insurance. Of course. Insurance. I was sure my plan would work. But it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for the murder that girl committed. When you were concealing that far ahead while forging evidence, calculating, oops. What are you taking for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hit the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana. Go ahead and wipe the blood off all the pieces. My fabricated all the evidence. What's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too? Whoa. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? Clearly, you should have quit a long time ago. That's why I kept one more item of insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come now, Righto. Cuff it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? To admit to it then, Chief Gant. That you were holding the cloth you cut off the victim's vests in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Oh, Mr. Wright. What do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. I'm so tired. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up, victory is mine. Show it. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright, then let's see this conclusive evidence. Evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. I feel like we've been doing this for so long.
Take that!
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out the piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. At last, you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the letter. It must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh, you're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was so reluctant to do so. How would that be? You already know. You know his fingerprints are on that. I'm so sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth, no! Mr. Wright, you really know. Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. You should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person who these fingerprints belong to. Emma.
Take that!
Emma Skye. What? They're mine. Sorry, Emma. Why? Why don't you tell me? Oh! You're really something, Marty. You know this girl did it all along. You still tried to pin the murder on me. It's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold it. How could you? You monster. Skye, you knew his fingerprints were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposefully concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter, cat-got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned the poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. And what is that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? Contradiction? What is this fool blabbering about? I'm talking about a contradiction, and that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this is the cloth. What could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. This is the only one we haven't used, so I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, I get it, because there's no blood on it. It should have been blood if it was on that side. I think that's it. Take that! What exactly is that supposed to be? This is a picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing unique. It's hard to make out all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. It's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth has no blood on it. Wait, there's no blood on it. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on the cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. It was like they hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me. Who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lorna Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor sword. This way, Chief. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar in the victim's blood. The jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. To make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? As though the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Now that I was able to see the sprite like in full and I knew that it was coming, it's actually a really cool sprite. It just freaked me out the first couple times. It's finally all over. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Objection. There it is. Oh, that was close, Rido. You always had me. Sorry. Well, you have to do better than that. I refute all your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, this piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order. What nonsense is this? Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, OG? Earlier, old Rido here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Rido? You have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Oh, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. It's not fair. Oh! I actually think you could best be in court. Look like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true. Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright. It seems at last. It's time for me to reveal my plan. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? You purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth. I did not. I admit. I refused to present it at one point. The evidence is illegal. Wait, idiot. No, it is not, Mr. Gant. not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There's certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Aji, listen to his lies. You're nothing but a coward. I don't really believe. There's only one issue left to resolve in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier refused to present evidence. If you could prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. The book. I totally remember everything that it says. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on the piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, it was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in the book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be related to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What kind of nonsense is this? Not relevancy. Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry. But, can you recall when the picture... Oh, when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. You're right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it a value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes! No. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the Chief of Police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there is only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you. Oh my, oh no! Ah! You're gonna hurt yourself. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good for nothing scum. Oh no, he did great. For 2 years he was snooping around the apartment, trying to get some on me. Crimes have been committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly pretty, or petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case, recruited Angel Star, then convicted Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman. That's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. Goodman turned him down. Really ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. Stole Goodman's ID card and tried to get the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. I wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. And all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, sir? I cannot transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide a crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who I stumbled in, so I hurried to wrap it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't even realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. Everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of that. You put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I can't think of any other way to move the body. I broke a trunk. But what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How could you get Miss Guy involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth ever came out. They took the evidence from Detective Goodwin's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I gotta hand it to them. They did their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close inspection. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy. Why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I could feel it. You and me were the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down as you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Ooh, Edgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, damn it, Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fun investigator, and an example to others in the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those years are gone now, Edgy. We've all the memories there. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now we have Righto here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of new beginnings. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, David Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Skye, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. And the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up till now. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. Sorry, Miss Skye. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Skye. And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I'll do my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Skye, yes, Your Honor, you are innocent of murder. However, while the Chief blackmailed you, the fact that you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Flashback. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Yes, it has. Regarding the charge of murder, the court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty. Confetti! That is all. This court is adjourned. February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 7. Number 7? Number 2. God. It's very late. You know what? I think we're at the end. We're at the end of this, so I'm just gonna keep on chugging. Also, that trial took 7 hours. I would have died. Long last is finally over. Emma. My long face. I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. At least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after that trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. Anyway, my thanks, Mr. Wright. And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh. Yes, I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Wait, a detective running around while on duty. On top of that, you call me here. And happy people at funerals. I end up pals, I'm only kidding. Oh. Are you here because of my sister again? Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Yeah. That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Yay! Lana! Should you be doing this? I'm still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago. It was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I know how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. It's as you were only doing it for me. No. I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. Sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Emma. Cute. No one can change the past. The only thing we could do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find a way back to our rightful path. It is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least that's what I felt watching these two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Hi. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. I despise criminals, I could feel it. You and me were the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. And you despise criminals. I planned to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime of my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary. And I've known that to be true for quite some time now. Edgeworth. Who knows? When of time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. The thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth. Don't you understand? David Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma. Both the best of the best when it comes to fighting crime. They both made the same mistake. Said in order to fight crime of my own, I'd need a weapon. It may be true. But think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? What? Yeah. What is this, pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright. What about Lon is talking about? Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Take that! Probably means something to you. But I don't see how... Oh, what had anything to do with our partnership? Mr. Wright. It seems you still have a lot to learn as well. But that wasn't the right piece of evidence. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth. If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you. Or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I remember things too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Hey, boyfriend! We'll get going too. Okay. I'll be better visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here's a little something. It's a little something for you. Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. And so another case came to a close. For the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started a new journey of my own. Journey to rediscover myself. Edgeworth! Ouch! This is so tiny. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. What is it, detective? There's a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. He's just supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, maybe okay for me. Folks at the prison are a different story. Basically, I had to bribe the guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Way to go, detective. Didn't know you had a wild side. Oh well, let's see. Mr. Wright, here's the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? What, do you think I could afford it with my salary? Gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? Thank you, Mr. Wright, you're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys, let's go. Yeah, because that's a little rude. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under the top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I've managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Oh, yeah, I said that I was gone for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation at the chief's office. Penalize you anymore, it'll be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show. You can't shake me off that easily. That really should not be, that shouldn't be the takeaway. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner is keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes, sir. Then I could be just like that Dick Gumshoe. I hate it. I've decided I hate it. No! Right when I say I hate it. It's so unfortunate. Hi? What is it? Good to see I'm having a showdown with the steak lunch partner. Mr. managed to sneak this to me. She's seen one of the guards, it seems. Oh, cowboy, looks like you did it. Even gave Bambina back a smile. You gonna make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Yes, sir. Also, who isn't angel dating at this point? Like, everybody. Hi! Speaking of, guess I won't be seeing each other for a while. It's a farewell gift. I put a new meal on the menu. The right lucky something. Top layer tastes a bit of defeat. At the bottom is the layers of sweet and victory. Seem to dig the turd. I can't read that fast. Make sure not to eat it backward. She says some stuff, and then I said some stuff, and then here we go. I'll never forget what the young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left. Anyway, he said he's been doing something or another for how many years? Anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be... Oh no, got my gavel. So I gotta go. Bye. Hi. Ah, nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, since I do miss hearing you and your objection. So I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training is about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. I brought you your tea. What's going on? You resigned? I hope you got a new car. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. It's a cute picture. It's a really cute picture. We did it! Oh my god! It's over. It's fully, completely over. Good lord. Is there any other new chapters I need to know of? Oh my god! Let's go! It was a million years in the making and we beat Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney! Woo! Oh my god. I'm gonna double down on what I said earlier. The beginning 2 trials, I felt like were A+. They were good lengths, they were good introductions, they were giving us the whole spiel. The further on we got, I felt like the middle trial was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad. I enjoyed Edgeworth's trial. It was a little convoluted, a little weird. But I greatly enjoyed his trial. I felt like they did the whole mystery thing of what it could have been. I feel like they did it really well. I feel like this trial tried to do too much and none of it landed. I felt like it just made it too long. And eventually I was like, let's just figure it out so that way we can stop. And that's not really what you want when you're playing a game. That's really not what you're looking for. But yeah, that was Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Overall, my overall experience with the game, I like it. Again, I have all 3 over here. So we have the Ace Attorney, we have Justice for All, and our Trials and Tribulations. So if you want me to play any of the other 2, let me know. Comment, just scream from your rooftop. Please don't do that. Just scream from your rooftop. And I'll be able to hear the echoes of what was. And then yeah. So, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.